For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Live from Petco Park, it's game 2 of our Saturday slate of games at Petco Park. Welcome inside the press box, everybody, on Jen Coleman Broadcast Row. My name is Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. It's Point Loma taking on Scripps Ranch here as we are nearing first pitch time. Both these teams coming into today looking for a big win at Petco Park. Each and every game broadcasted today is brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Scripps Ranch coming into today, they are the designated home team at 8-9. They're 0-3 in the Western League, desperately looking to pick up a league game. This is a league game against Point Loma. Point Loma 12-7. They have an incredible strength of schedule. They're 3-0 in the Western League, and when you look at some of the teams that they've beaten, Torrey Pines, Sage Creek, Coronado. They beat Claremont in extra innings. Santa Fe Christian and Madison. They actually beat Madison 3 times, and they lost to Eastlake 11-2 2 days ago. Point Loma has loaded up their schedule, and they're coming into Petco Park on a mission. Scripps Ranch looking to get back on track. They dropped their last 2 games in a home-and-home series against St. Augustine, 5-3 and 6-5 respectively. Will they be able to get back on track? We'll find out. Point Loma taking on Scripps Ranch. The early game today was a barn burner. It was the Firebirds of Pacific Ridge walking off against the Rock Academy Warriors, 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. We've seen 2 walk-offs here at Petco going back to last night, this being game number 5 of our 6-game slate. Both head coaches meeting in the middle. Chris Lamb for the Falcons of Scripps Ranch. Point Loma 3-0, 12-7 on the season. And Scripps Ranch takes the field. Their field shows as follows. Rocco Granucci out in right, Nate Ruse in center, and Scott Turbeville in left. Justin Markell at first, Bradley Gio over at second, Patrick Walker at short. At third base is Jonah Dawson. Behind the dish, Steven Lancia. And on the mound is Carter Foss, the BYU commit for Point Loma. One of the best pitchers in the section, Foss on the season. And excuse me, for Scripps Ranch, not for Point Loma. On the season, 1.66 ERA, a 2-2 record, though, in his 7th appearance now on the season. 25 strikeouts to 12 walks, give him basically a 2-to-1 ratio. Not too bad as the righty out there. Scripps Ranch, and they're all whites with a blue stripe up on the chest of the top jersey. Blue numbers and letters on the front and back. White pants. Point Loma, the Pointers in their red tops, deep red tops, with yellow outline numbers and letters on the front and back, and gray pants. We are ready to go. It'll be Vu, Gorson, and Chanello to begin the Pointers' top of the first inning here from Petco Park on a beautiful, sunny Saturday afternoon in downtown San Diego. So glad you can join us for the ride here on the Prep Insider broadcast. Foss is ready. Vu is ready. And we are ready for some baseball. Foss toes the rubber. The lefty Vu digs in. The first pitch of the ball game, a fastball down Main Street, but taken upstairs for ball 1. First pitch time, 1:04. Slight breeze out to right center field. Weather at 67 degrees. Fans near the 200 socially distanced. The 1-0, though, a comebacker caught Vu swinging and missing for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Vu on the season, Kian Vu, the junior, takes an outside curveball, painting the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 to Vu. He's batting .383 in the leadoff spot. Does have 14 RBI and 23 runs scored. 23 runs, leads the team. Big swing and a miss on a 1-2 fastball, and he strikes out to begin the game. First K of the day for Carter Foss. 1 out here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Gorson batting .429, a scorching bat in the 2-hole. 27 hits, leads the team, 18 runs is second. Does have 19 RBI, most on the pointers as well. Deuce Gorson playing shortstop in today's game. In the 2-hole, the lefty with 1 away here in the top of the first. The first pitch from Foss here. Catching the outside corner, taken for strike 1. Umpire giving the bottom of the strike zone here through the first 2 batters to Carter Foss. And he quickly delivers the 0-1. This one, though, bouncing in the dirt. Evens the count here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Deuce Gorson. The 1-1 high fastball blows by Gorson. Too far in on the hands for ball 2. Chinello waiting on deck. Corbin Chinello, the senior outfielder, one of the captains on this team. The 2-1 into the southpaw. Gorson watches it, paint the bottom of the strike zone, but this time too low. And he goes from 0-1 to 3-1, a hitter's count here for Deuce Gorson. A 3-1 misses low, ball 4, and a 1-out walk is drawn here in the top of the first inning by Deuce Gorson. Just a 13th walk that Carter Foss has given up on the season in 9 starts now. That 2.44 ERA, he has been oh so effective for the Falcons. That'll bring up Corbin Chinello. Batting .357. The .429 batting average of Gorson stays intact as he's over at first. 1 man on, 1 man out here in the top of the first inning for Chinello. The first pitch from Foss hits him on the shoulder, and he'll stride over to first base on the hit by pitch. A walk and a hit by a pitch. Bring runners to first and second now here with 1 away in the top of the first inning. And Matthew Nuanez, the first baseman, digs in now in the cleanup spot with a prime opportunity to get the pointers on the board here early. Runners on first and second, only 1 away. The middle infield of Bradley Geo and Patrick Walker shading into double play depth. Foss checks the runner at second, toes the rubber. Roxon fires the first pitch here to Nuanez. Missing low and outside for ball 1. Matt Nuanez batting .367. There's a couple of RBI on the season. Opportunity to pick up more. The 1-0 pitch popped up and out of play down the third base line and into the stanchions. 1 ball and 1 strike. Foss 12 pitches in, 7 balls, 5 strikes here in the 4th batter of the inning. Runners on first and second. Struck out Vu to begin the top of the first, but since then, a walk and a hit by pitch have allowed 2 pointers on base. The 1-1, a big cut and a miss for strike 2 to Nuanez. Also playing first base in today's game. Ekstrom waiting on deck in the hole. Rigel, should we get that far? The 1-2 in from Foss. A fastball just missing outside. The Scripps Ranch dugout thought it was strike 3. The home plate umpire, though, his call is ultimately the one that stands. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on here, top of the first. Foss delivers the 2-2. Popped up and well out of play. Is it hard enough to hit the third row? No. We've only had 1 ball now through almost 5 games that has been able to elevate to the third row at Petco Park on a foul. That was last night in the Bishops game. Bishops ultimately dropped that one to Francis Parker. Rather, Patrick Henry, 8-0. The 2-2 glides in there, but low for ball 3, and Nuanez has worked his way into a 3-2 count from 1-2 to 3-2. This is why you fight and stay alive in the batter's box. Lefty on righty matchup here. Runners on first and second. The payoff pitch here from Foss. He checks second. That's Gorson out there. Fires in a fastball taken a little up above the strike zone for ball 4. 3 straight walks now, loads up the bases. Gorson to third, Corbin Chanello to second, and Matt Nuanez is on first base via the walk. And that'll make way now for Duke Ekstrom, DHing in today's game. Typically a relief pitcher as well. With the bases juiced here in the top of the first inning and 1 out, how sweet would Foss feel if he could get a double play situation or a double play ball in the middle infield? But one pitch at a time. The first pitch to Ekstrom is driven into left field, and it's down. 1 run comes around. Chanello's being waved on home. The throw to the plate is cut off, and that is a 2 RBI single by Duke Ekstrom, and the Pointers score first here in the top of the first inning. It's 2-0. From first to second goes Nuanez. And just like that, the first hit of the game drives in 2 runs, and that's why walks can be a big problem, especially in the early going. Rigel now steps in. Runners on first and second, 1 away, and now 2 around in the inning. Foss delivers the first pitch, called a strike in the inside corner. Aiden Rigel, right fielder, a junior on this team, playing left field in today's game. Facing an 0-1 count on the season. Regiel's batting .179 and tried to toe the third baseline, but it goes foul for a strike. Along with that, .179 batting average. He does have 7 hits, 8 RBI, two baggers, and 2 home runs. Those 2 home runs are good for third on the team. Vu has 6 and Gorson has 6. Collectively, the Pointers have 19 home runs, which is amongst the best in the section. The 0-2 in from Foss, popped up into center field. Ruse is there. We'll see if they try the arm. Nuanez tags from second to third. The throw comes in, but it's off the bag. And a productive out there for the Pointers. Rigel sent down via the fly out, but on the throw, Nuanez is able to advance from second to third. Ekstrom stays put at first, 2 away now in a 2-0 ball game. That'll bring up the 7th batter of the inning in John Jet Taylor. Call him Jet because he's so darn fast. The last thing that you want if you're the Falcons is to get him on the base paths. Runners at the corners, 1 away here. Double play would be huge. 2 around in the inning. And the first pitch is a big cut and a miss on a fastball for strike 1. Taylor playing third base in today's game. On the season, batting .125, looking to increase that clip here. The 1-0, he takes it into the shallow left field, and it's down. Coming in and scoring is Nuanez. From first to second goes Ekstrom. Over at first is Taylor, and another base knock here drives in the 3rd run of the game in the top of the first inning. Point Loma leads 3-0. Two hits, now 3 runs in the inning. And now we hit the penultimate batter in the lineup in Waters. Liam Waters, the senior catcher, looking to keep the inning going here with 2 away, runners at first and second, and 3 around in the inning. Takes a first pitch fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch rifled in there, taken at the knees for strike 2. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Falcons waiting to get up on offense. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Pointers here in the top of the first. Runners on first and second in a 0-2 count with 2 away here to Liam Waters. On the season, Waters batting .050. 1 RBI, 1 hit in 20 at-bats, and 27 total plate appearances. He's walked 7 times as well. No balls and 2 strikes. Foss, a fastball. got him swinging strike three, and mercilessly, the top of the first inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Foss, but in between those 2 Ks, 3 runs come around on 2 hits, no errors, and a pair stranded on first and second base. We're through half an inning here from Petco Park, and the Pointers lead the Falcons in the early going 3-0. The Falcons half of the first. When we return here in a moment, you're listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego Section Baseball Game of the Day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and presented by State Farm. Back in a moment, 3-0. Point Loma up over Scripps Ranch.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here from Petco, Jonathan Rifke in the bottom of the third inning. Bottom of the first inning. It's a 3-0 score. That's what I was trying to get to. And the Scripps Ranch Falcons trail the Point Loma Pointers. The first pitch to Patrick Walker is grounded to short. And the throw is made from Gorson over to first in time for out number 1. So 1 pitch out here for Harjay, who starts the game for Point Loma. Patrick Walker is immediately retired on the 6-3 putout. Steven Lancia quickly coming in now for Scripps Ranch. By the way, just really quickly prior to that at-bat on the season, as the first pitch is hacked down and missed for strike 1, Walker was batting at a 293 clip. That now just dropping down to 291. Stepping in now is Steven Lancia, catching in today's game, batting 362. Good for second on the team with the sample size that he has 9 RBI as well. Takes a changeup at the knees for strike 2, and he quickly finds himself down in the count. On the mound today for the Pointers is Harjay. Hunter Harjay, the senior pitcher. 1 hopper to short by Lancia is taken. The throw is off the bag, and that's an error. Lancia is safe. Gorson threw the baseball to Nuanez far to his left. It went past his glove. That's an E5. Rather an E6. And the Falcons have a runner on first now with nobody out, with 1 away. And Carter Foss, the BYU commit, who's pitching in today's game, steps in. His team trailing 3-0. But here in the bottom of the first, just looking to chip away. Double play situation in effect for the Falcons. Rather, for the Pointers. It's short, Gorson shading over to second. Monsieur, who will lead things off in the top of the second in the 9-hole for Point Loma, over at second as well. The 0-0 is a dribbler short to his right. Gorson doesn't have time for the out at second, fires it over at first, but it's not in time, and Carter Foss beats out an infield single. Lancia moves over to second, and the Falcons have a little rally going to begin their half of the first. One away here, runners on first and second, and Rocco Granucci digging in. First hit of the game here for the Falcons comes for Carter Foss, and Granucci in the cleanup spot. A prime opportunity. He represents the game-tying run to this point. First pitch fired in there by Harjay is a fastball missing upstairs for ball one. Harjay on the season, a 4.27 ERA, this being his 8th start. 36 strikeouts to only 12 walks. He's been really effective. A 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And that will be in his toolbox here today. Runners on first and second, one out. Rocco Granucci digging in here with a 1-0 count. Granucci on the season batting .286. Foul tips a fastball back off the screen to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Also has 10 RBI and a home run. Couple of runs scored as well. 3 runs, 2 hits, an error for the Pointers. No runs, a hit, no errors for the Falcons. They do have 1 out and 2 on here. In the bottom of the first inning, a 1-1 count to the right-handed batter, Rocco Granucci. And Harjay, the righty on the mound, toes the rubber. Checks over to second and fires the 1-1. A fastball taken low and away for ball 2. Good eye there from Granucci. Jonah Dawson waiting on deck. Scott Turbeville in the hole. Should we get that far here in the inning? 1 away, 2-1 count. The 2-1 is a high chopper to third. Taylor's going to get there, but unable to make a throw. He wasn't sure where Lancia was. He turned the third. Lancia was already safe. And now the bases are all juiced up on the infield single by Rocco Granucci. Lancia at third, Foss at second, Granucci at first. Jonah Dawson now digging in here. The third baseman with a prime opportunity representing the go-ahead run, the game-tying run at first base. And no free bases along the base paths. Harjay looking to get out of the inning. Only 1 out, though, on the board. Fires in the first one here to Dawson. Bouncing in the dirt. Good block by Waters for ball 1. Dawson calm in the right-handed batter's box. Batting at a .286 clip. Takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Nice comebacker there for Harjay to bring the count to 1-1. Along with that .286 batting average, he has 6 RBI. Prime opportunity to add to that total. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-1 count, 3-0 ball game. Falcons trail. Looking to make up some ground here in the bottom of the first. The 1-1. Fastball low and outside, ball 2. Good take there by Jonah Dawson. Scott Turbeville waiting on deck in the hole. Justin Markell. The 2-1 in from Harjay. And on the hands, taken to short on the move is Gorson. The flip over to third to Taylor, and they're able to get the force out. Coming in and scoring is Steven Lancia. A 6'5 fielder's choice puts Dawson at first. He also gets an RBI. Coming in and scoring is Lancia. Carter Foss is thrown out, and Rocco Granucci goes from first to second on the fielder's choice. 3-1 now. A little ground is made up. Runners on first and second with 2 away for Scott Turbeville. Turbeville batting .455, but only in 6 games. 5 hits and 11 at-bats. Does have 7 RBIs, though. Incredibly efficient. Takes a fastball back against the screen for strike one. In the earlier window, it was small ball that one for Pacific Ridge. And we're seeing the Falcons stay patient and use small ball to their advantage right now. Oh, pitch missing low and away to Turbeville. Ball one to him. They have yet to put a point up on the scoreboard. But if I'm not mistaken, Lancia came in to score. So perhaps just a scoring error by the scoreboard operator. I'll make a double check in between innings. The 1-0 paints the outside corner, and that evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Just got Turbeville. There we go. They fixed the error. Perhaps they're listening to me here on the broadcast. 3-1 score, 2 hits on both sides. An error, though, for the Pointers. That did allow Lancia to score, so that's an unearned run to Harjay. Fires in the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. The first inning is over. First strikeout on the day for Harjay, and he's able to limit the Falcons' damage to 1 run on 2 hits, an error, and 2 left on base. 3-1. The Pointers lead the Falcons here as we head to the top of the second inning. Diego Mansour, Vu, and Gorson. The 9-1 and 2 hitters due up for the Pointers in the top of the second when we return. You're listening to a presentation of the Prep Insider CIF section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back in a moment from Petco.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Petco Park. Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. Each and every broadcast brought to you in part by Mission Fed Credit Union, but also State Farm. Hit up my boy Ronald Wang in the Rancho Penasquitos area, 858-484-1297. For all of your insurance needs, Ron does a great job helping out the entire San Diego community. Thank you to Ron Wang and State Farm for sponsoring each and every Prep Insider broadcast at Petco Park this weekend. 3-1 score, Pointers up over the Falcons. In a league matchup here from Petco, Diego Mansour leads things off here in the 9th spot. Pops one up high and deep to left field, but Turbeville just towing the warning track is under it for out number 1. And Mansour allowed out to kick off the second inning, and the order turns back over to the top here for the Pointers and Vu. Kien Vu 0 for 1 today. He struck out to bring the first out on the board back in the top of the first inning. But then it was really tough for Carter Foss, who's back out there for his second inning of work. Foss walked the next 3 batters and allowed Duke Ekstrom to reach via 2 RBI single. Jet Taylor also singled in a run, and those were all 3 runs for the Pointers back in the first. Vu steps in and takes a first pitch fastball in the dirt for ball 1. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Pointers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Falcons. That 1 Pointer error did lead to Lancia crossing the plate and scoring in the bottom of the first for Scripps Ranch. The 1-0 pitch missing low and inside for ball 2. Foss quickly dealing the 2-0. This one missing upstairs for ball 3. And the patience for Vu paying off right now. He has a 3-0 count in the left-handed batter's box. The 3-0 taken down Broadway for strike 1. Beautiful afternoon here from Petco Park. It was a really cloudy morning in the early window, but the sun dissipating the fog and giving us perfect weather for some Saturday afternoon baseball. 3-1 pitch makes the count 3-2 on a fastball taken. Full count here as Foss delivers a high fastball cut on and missed by Vu. Strike 3, and Kien Vu has struck it out for a second time here today. 3 Ks now for Carter Voss, and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Gorson stepping in. 0 for 0 with a walk in the first run scored of the ball game back in the first inning. The lefty getting ready to dig in here. Both these teams in the middle of league play. This is a one-stop trip for them before they finish off with a 4-game series to end the season. So they'll actually play 5 league games against each other, Point Loma and Scripps Ranch. The first pitch into Gorson misses for ball 1 on the outside. Voss working quickly, fires in the 1-0. Trying to find the inside corner with a fastball, but he misses for ball 2. He has 35 pitches so far, 19 strikes, 16 balls now through 10 batters. He fires in the 2-0. Fastball up and away, ball 3. And for the second straight batter now, the Pointers have worked Voss into a 3-0 count. Voss was able to work his way back and strike out Vu. We'll see here down 3-0 if he has the same magic in him against Gorson. Lefty and righty matchup. The righty Voss toes the rubber and fires the 3-0. Gorson takes it upstairs for ball 4. Third walk today by Voss. He's also hit a batter. And that's a 2-out base runner now for the Pointers. And Corbin Chanello digging in. The last thing you want to do if you're either team is give free base runners. And as I mentioned, this is the first of a 5-game series between these two teams. They'll reconvene on the 31st of May. And they'll play 4 games from May 31st through Thursday, June 3rd. This is the first matchup between these two schools this season. Point Loma with some really impressive wins. Scripps Ranch has had a really tough schedule. They also have some impressive wins, but some tough losses. Canyon Crest Academy was their first loss. They actually hit a bit of a losing skid. In the middle of the season, they lost 4 straight to Santana, Grossmont, Granite Hills, and St. Augustine before finally shutting out Bishops 12-0. But Scripps Ranch has actually lost 6 of their last 7 games. Looking to flip the script here and get back on track as we hit the middle of league play here in 2021. Meeting breaks from the mound, runner on first, 2 away here for Corbin Chanello, who was hit by a pitch his first time up, came around to score thereafter. Takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Point Loma coming off a 2-game series win against Madison, 5-4 and 1-0 respectively. Runner goes, the 0-1 pitch though fouled back into the second deck. So Gorson will head back to first. 0-2 count here, Chanello with 2 away in the top of the second inning in a 3-1 ball game. Point Loma up over Scripps Ranch. Voss trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Toes the rubber, checks first. Shakes off the first sign from Lancia, likes the second one, toes the rubber. From the stretch now, he fires in the 0-2. Runner goes, this one is popped up. Shallow right center field. On the move is Granucci, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3. A lot of ground to make up, but Rocco Granucci was up to the task. No runs, no hits, no errors. And Gorson stranded on first base. 1.5 innings have come and gone here from Petco Park. To the bottom of the second we go. Justin Markell, Nate Ruse, Bradley Gio, the 3 due up for the Falcons. On the other side of the break, you're listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. 3-1. Point Loma up over Scripps Ranch. Back for more in a moment from Petco Park.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Each and every broadcast brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Mission Fed Credit Union is a proud partner of the CIF San Diego section. They're also San Diego's largest member-owned non-for-profit full-service financial institution, exclusively serving San Diego County. Banking at Mission Fed means doing good for San Diego by putting money back into the communities through supporting and helping hundreds of local nonprofit organizations. Thank you to Mission Fed for your support of the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section broadcasts. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Pointers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Falcons here in the bottom of the second. The Falcons will show the 7, 8, and 9 batters, Justin Markell, Nate Ruse, and Bradley Gio. RJ back out there for his second inning of work, and the righty fires in a fastball for strike one against Justin Markell, the lefty. Markell playing first base in today's game, batting .212 on the season. Swings and misses at the 0-1 pitch for strike 2. 212 batting average and 2 RBIs, typically in the 7 through 9 spot. Watches a change of bounce in the dirt for ball 1. Great take by Markell. RJ has 20 pitches here going into his second inning of work. 14 strikes, 6 balls. And the 1-2 is taken to second. Mansour is there. And the routine grounder from Mansour to Nuanez records out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Nate Ruse now will step in, the center fielder in today's game. Batting .206 on the season. 7 hits, 5 runs, and RBI. And a big spot here in the bottom of the second inning, his team trailing 3-1. Remember, this game will set up for the season finale that could decide the league. The 0-0 pitch to Ruse. Foul tipped back off the screen. No balls and a strike now to him. Carter Foss on the bump today. On the other side for the Falcons has been phenomenal, and Harjay trying to match him here. With his team up 3-1. Deals a ball low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here to Nate Ruse. In game number 2 of our triple header here on a Saturday from Petco. The 1-1, a big hack and a miss for strike 2. Ruse swung out of his shoes on that one, and he falls behind in the count. The late game at 4 o'clock. Calexico taking on Central Union. We'll be live for that one on a separate stream. The 1-2, a grounder to second. Mansour able to handle it over to first for out number 2. Back-to-back 4-3 putouts. And how about Mansour over at second, staying active? 2 away now. Bradley Gio, the 9 spot, will step in playing second in today's game. Gio batting .237 on the season, looking to anchor the 9 hole. Keep the inning alive here in the bottom of the second for the Falcons. Just have 6 runs scored and 2 RBI as well. 2 away here. RJ trying to get the Falcons down in order. Deals a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Gio just took it. 3 balls and a strike, or rather 3-1 score, no balls and a strike. RJ fires in a fastball. It slaps into Waters' glove, but misses up and away. I will say that the acoustics here at the ballpark are impressive without a ton of fans. Every sound reverberates off the stanchions. You can almost hear a pin drop. It's crazy to think about in such a big stadium, but the way that it's built, you can hear every piece of sound out there. By the way, the 1-1 pitch called a strike on the outside corner for strike 2. Bradley Gio down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harjay trying to get out of the inning. Pearson fires the 1-2, buried it in the dirt. Gio laid off, and that evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs, 2 hits, an error for the Pointers out of Point Loma. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Falcons out of Scripps Ranch. Arch enemies battling it out here at Petco. The 2-2. Gio able to stay alive here and foul it off the screen. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The run that scored back in the first inning for Scripps Ranch is unearned to Harjay as he fires in the 2-2. A half-hearted swing by Gio, and he got nothing but air for strike 3. Second K of the day here for Harjay. Ends the second inning in a 1-2-3 fashion. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. To the top of the third we go. 4, 5, and 6 spots due up for Point Loma when we return. You're listening to the Prep Insider. CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. 3-1 Pointers lead the Falcons. Back for more from Petco in a moment.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Petco Park, Jonathan Rifkind on the call with you each and every broadcast. Brought to you by a myriad of wonderful partners. We appreciate each and every one. State Farm, Mission Fed. And folks, I want to remind you to download the CIF Sports 365 app for Apple and Android to connect with all of your favorite teams with access to schedules, rosters, scores, statistics, and more. Never miss a moment with CIF Sports 365. You can listen to all of our broadcasts on the CIF Sports 365 app. If you're on the go and don't want to miss a moment of the action, head over to the App Store. Download the CIF Sports 365 app today. Top of the third inning now, 4-point Loma, Matt Nuanez, Duke Ekstrom, and Aiden Rigel, the three due up here in the order. Middle 3, 4, 5, and 6 against Carter Foss, the BYU commit. His team trailing 3-1. He's been pretty good. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Does have 3 earned runs on 2 hits, though, here today. And Matt Nuanez, who's 0 for 0 with that walk back in the first inning, came around to score the 3rd run. The most recent run scored for the Pointers. Steps in here in the left-handed batter's box. Foss, the righty, fires in the first pitch here of the 3rd. It's taken on the inside corner for strike 1. 3 runs, 2 hits, an error for the Pointers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Falcons here in the top of the 3rd inning. In a game that has gone so quickly. First pitch time was 40 minutes ago. The 0-1 is a one-hopper to second. Gio on the throw to his left is able to beat out Nuanez for out number 1. Gio out of second, going out to his right. Had to turn out towards his left to get the throw off to Markel at first, and it was in time. Well done out of the second base spot. Duke Ekstrom now steps in. He had that 2 RBI single back in the first inning. He was stranded on second thereafter. 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning in a 3-1 ball game. Foss delivers the 0-0. Bouncing in the dirt. Lancia tried back picking it, but goes off his glove out of the way. 1-0 here to Ekstrom, the designated hitter. This middle of the Pointer order is by far the deadliest, if you will. They're averaging over collective 400 in the middle innings between the 3, 4, and 5 spots, and the 0-1 pitch is cut on a miss. Rather, the 1-0 pitch is cut on a miss for strike 1. One's across the board now to Ekstrom. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here. Top of the 3rd inning. Foss working quickly from the belt, delivers the 1-1. And the fastball just catching the outside corner for strike 2. Lancia almost looked like he was able to get the placement into the strike zone, but the umpire called strike regardless of the placement. 1-2 here. Foss looking for the strikeout. Got it on an outside corner changeup. Ekstrom got caught sleeping. Strikeout number 4 now for Carter Foss. And he has 2 outs now here in the top of the 3rd inning. And Aiden Rigel will try to keep the Pointer offense alive here in the top of the 3rd. He's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center. Foss trying to get out of here in 1-2-3 fashion. First pitch is a fastball, foul tipped off the bat and off the netting in the backstop for strike 1. Falcons were sent down in short order in their half of the second, the bottom of the second. They're trying to give the Pointers a taste of their own medicine here. 2 away, nobody on. The 0-1 pitch from Carter. A beautiful off-speeder. Had Rigel way out in front of it for strike 2. And Foss is dealing now. After a rough first inning, he settled in between the second and here in the 3rd, trying to go 3 straight outs. The 0-2, a late swing, sends the ball to first. Markel is there. He'll take it himself for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for the BYU Cougar, Carter Foss, and the Loma Pointers. Yet no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, but they still lead 3-1. Here's we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, where the Scripps Ranch Falcons have their 1, 2, and 3 batters due up. Patrick Walker, Steven Lancia, Carter Foss. When we return from Petco Park, 3-1. Point Loma leads Scripps Ranch. Back for more in a moment on the Prep Insiders CIF San Diego section. Baseball Game of the Day brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wonderful day here at Petco Park. 68 degrees, sunny skies in downtown San Diego. Welcome back to the press box, everybody. Technically, the Jeremy Coleman Broadcasting Center. About 3 levels up here behind home plate in Petco Park. 3-1 Pointers up over the Falcons in Western League battle between two perennials here in the San Diego section. In the first of what will be eventually 5 total matchups between these two teams. They end the season in a 4-game series. This will set the tone for that series that begins on the 31st of May and ends on June 4th. Patrick Walker will lead things off here for the Falcons half of the third. His team trailing 3-1. Back out there is Harjay in his third inning of work. 22 strikes, 9 balls, 31 total pitches for him. He has 2 strikeouts and a run. It was unearned and 3 walks. Rather, 3 hits to his day. No walks. The first pitch to the lefty, inside corner, but called a ball. Patrick Walker on the day, 0 for 1, a ground out to short his first time up. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Rather, 1 error for the Pointers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Falcons. And quickly dealing the 1-0 is Harjay. It's taken a fastball on the outside, but called a strike this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Harjay goes inside corner for a ball. Comes back with a fastball on the outside corner, gets that call. He delivers the 1-1. Another fastball on the outside corner, same spot as the last one. Patrick Walker has yet to lift the bat off his shoulder. Now he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wide stance for the lefty playing short. The 1-2 from Harjay, too far outside on the changeup. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In a 3-1 ball game, it's all about chipping away in small ball, right? Plenty of time left here in the bottom of the third inning. Don't need to get it all back in one shot, but the 2-2, a half-hearted attempt by Walker. He misses all of it for strike 3. Bottom of the third kicks off with the strikeout. 2 strikeouts now going back to the second inning in a row for Harjay. He has 3 total on the game, and Steven Lancia now steps in with 1 out on the board. He's 0 for 1 today, but reached on an error by Mansour at second. Came around to score thereafter. The lone run for the Falcons in the first inning. Harjay ready. Fires in the 0-0. Fastball caught the bottom of the corner for strike 1. Steven Lancia catching today. Has been electric in the top part of the order this season for the Falcons. In the last game between these two teams, went 2 for 4. Half-heartedly looks at the 0-1. Did he go around as the pitch bounced into the dirt? No. Able to stave off on a ball in the dirt to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here. 3 runs, 2 hits, and an error for the Pointers. 1, 2, and 0 in the same categories for the Falcons. The 1-1 in from Harjay. A fastball missing away to the righty Lancia. 2 balls and a strike now. Harjay has a pretty solid pitch total to this point, 40 pitches. We saw 103 pitches last night from Jackson Bencourt out of Mira Mesa, by far the most of the 5 games that we've seen here today. The 2-1, though, a big cut and a miss by Lancia for strike 2 to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away now. Harjay has retired 5 straight going back to the first inning. The 2-2 in, high fastball upstairs. Called ball 3, and now a payoff pitch situation for the righty. Good eye from Steven Lancia. That high fastball is really effective in 2-2 situations. Oftentimes batters protect if you can get them on a high fastball. They often miss. The payoff pitch here from Harjay. Out in front of it was Lancia, and he goes down swinging. 3 straight strikeouts now for Harjay going back to the second inning. He has 4 on the ball game and 2 outs here in the third. And his pitching counterpart, Carter Foss, now the BYU commit, steps in. Foss 1 for 1 today with a single. Thrown out at third a couple of batters later on a fielder's choice. Having a great day on the mound with 4 strikeouts himself. Foul tips the first pitch off the plate for strike 1. So both pitchers with 4 strikeouts and only 2 hits given up, but the difference is the scoreboard. 3 runs all earned for Carter Foss on 3 walks. No walks and 1 run unearned for Harjay. The 0-1 pitch missing inside for ball 1 here to Foss. I did get a tip, though, from Scripps Ranch that once Carter Foss's day is done, they'll bring in Tyler Bremer, the right-handed pitcher committed to UCSB. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball. Foss half-heartedly took a swing at it and foul tipped it back into the glove of Waters for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now is the count to Carter Foss. Harjay delivers a fastball. It's taken to short. Gorson, though, slides to his left. Plenty of time. Fires it to Nuanez at first for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Harjay. He's retired 7 straight now. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Point Loma, their lead is still intact, 3-1 against Scripps Ranch. They'll have the 7, 8, and 9 spots due up when we return here for the 4th inning from Petco Park in a moment. You're listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego section. Baseball game of the day brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back for more in a moment from Petco. Back here at Petco, 3-1, Point Loma currently leading the Scripps Ranch Falcons as we head to the top of the 4th. John Jet Taylor, sounds like a perennial rock star, takes the first pitch into shallow left center field, but coming out as short and making the grab is Patrick Walker, and that's a 1 pitch out. Before that, John Jet was 1 for 1 with an RBI single. He's now 1 for 2 with a pop out to short, and 1 out here for Carter Foss, who in his 4th inning of work has only thrown 50 pitches, but his team is trailing 3-1. He's trying to keep the deficit to a minimum of 2 runs. Liam Waters stepping in here, or to a maximum of 2 runs. Waters on the day 0 for 1 with the strikeout back in the 1st. He was the 2nd of the eventual 4 Carter Foss victims. He takes the first pitch of his at-bat into center field, and it drops shallow for a single. Liam Waters takes the 2nd pitch of an inning into center. He's on first base. The 3rd hit here today for the Pointers. And the 8th batter in the lineup finds his way over to first with 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Diego Mansour now stepping in, runner on first, and 1 out. He's 0 for 1, flew out to left his first time up. 3 runs, 3 hits, an error for the Pointers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Falcons. Top of the 4th inning. Foss checks first. Middle infield ready for the double play should they get an opportunity. The 0-0 pitch in on the hand, called a ball. Mansour early up in the count, 1-0. Only 3 pitches have been thrown in this inning. The first pitch was a pop out to short. The second pitch was a shallow single to center. The 3rd pitch was a ball to Mansour. And Foss delivers the 1-0. This one taken at the knees for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Top of the 4th inning, runner on first. In game number 2 of our triple header here today on a Saturday from Petco Park. Foss slowly working, winds and delivers the 1-1. A big cut, but Mansour only able to tip that baseball. Goes back against the screen. He's now down in the count 1-2. Over at first is Waters. Taylor was out in the inning on the opening pitch. 1 on, 1 away, 1-2 count. Foss looking for strikeout number 5. Comes set from the belt, delivers the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. No hesitation from the home plate umpire. Mansour can't believe it. That's a backwards K. He's 0 for 2, and Carter Foss picks up K number 5 now through the first 3 2/3 innings. Order turns back over now, and Kian Vu, who has accounted for 2 of the 5 strikeouts, will step in 0 for 2 with those 2 strikeouts on the first and second, respectively. And he steps in here with a runner on first and 2 away. Foss checks first, takes a breath, rocks and fires the 0-0. It's a big swing and a miss on the fastball, and the lefty Vu quickly down in the count 0-1. Doesn't strike out a ton. Those 2 strikeouts here today feel like an anomaly for Vu. Over at first, a 1.5 lead off for Liam Waters. The 0-1. Change up, missing outside. Rather a curveball to even the count here. Foss headed to BYU in the fall. Is acclaimed for his fastball curveball combination that has been very effective here today, but that curveball has missed a few times. The 1-1. There's that curveball in the inside corner. Who swung on a miss for strike 2. Three runs, 3 hits, an error for Point Loma. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Scripps Ranch. The 1-2. Did it hit his right foot? It did. It bounces off the right foot of Vu. He's hit by a pitch on a 1-2 count. Over to second goes Waters. And Carter Foss hits his second batter of the day. He's also walked 3, so 5 total free bases have been awarded by Foss to the Pointers. Waters at second, Vu at first, 1 away here, rather 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. And Deuce Gorson stepping in 0 for 0, walked twice, has a run scored as well, was stranded on first back in the second. Been very good at short today in the field, though, as well. The lefty steps in with 2 on and 2 away. The righty Foss toes the rubber. Checks second. Kicks and fires the first pitch, a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Dimensions here at Petco. Much larger than any high school ballpark. 336 down the left field line, 343 to left center, 405 to dead center, 396 to right center, and 322 down the right field line. We have yet to see a home run over the last 2 days here, but according to my sources, there have been 4 total home runs ever hit by high school baseball players since the first game ever hosted at Petco for the San Diego section. We're very close to seeing a few last night as well. The 1-0 into Gorson. Foss able to paint the inside corner with a fastball to even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fans a little upset with the call. More so on the Point Loma side than the Scripps Ranch side. About 200 people total in attendance, socially distanced. Enjoying some baseball here on a Saturday afternoon from the ballpark. 1-1 pitch, taken outside corner, but called a ball. 2-1 the count now to Deuce Gorson. Gorson checks second, rocks and fires the 2-1, a fastball. Rather Foss. Gorson was out in front and misses on the attempt, and he's now behind in the count. Or I guess it's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here. Runner on second. In a 3-1 ball game in the top of the 4th. Foss toes the rubber. He checks second once again. Waters takes a 1.5 steps off a second. The 2-2 in. Cut back and foul off the screen. Good job for Gorson to at least get a handle on it and stay alive here in this at-bat. 64 pitches in for Voss. 40 strikes, 24 balls. Through 3 2/3 innings. Not too bad of a pitch count, but this inning he's really had to work. 22 pitches in. He toes the rubber, rocks and fires the 2-2. It's up over the glove of Lancia, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch. From first to second goes Vu, and Waters advances from second to third. So runners in scoring position now, and a full count for Deuce Gorson, who, if he draws a walk, can walk the bases loaded, and that's what we saw back in the first inning with Matt Nuanez. Runners were at first and second, and he walked. What followed then was Duke Ekstrom's single to drive in the opening 2 runs of the game. Foss does not want history to repeat itself here in inning number 4. The 3-2, a fastball missing up and away for ball 4. Gorson draws his third walk of the game, and that's the fourth walk given up here by Foss. He's also hit 2 batters, including Vu, who's at second, Gorson at first, Waters at third, and Corbin Shinello digging in now. Shinello on the day, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, came around to score with the second run of the game. Flew out to right in his second at-bat. Prime opportunity here with 2 away and the bases juiced up 3-1 to add on to the total. 3 runs, 3 hits for Point Loma. 1 run, 2 hits for the Falcons. 1 error for the Pointers, none for Scripps Ranch here through the 4 innings. First pitch, high fastball, cut on a miss for strike 1. And Chinello immediately down in the count. Bases loaded. 2 away here. 0-1 count to Chinello. And the 0-1 pitch, another swing and a miss for strike 2. Boss trying to get out of the jam. Hit Vu 2 batters ago, walked Gorson to load the bases. Last batter, and Chinello now steps in. 0-2 pitch, jams him up, but he's able to foul tip it off the hands of the bat. The inner part for strike, or to keep it at 0-2, I should say. Matt Nuanez waiting on deck. Should we get that far here in the 4th inning? 3 runs, 3 hits for the Pointers, 1 run, 2 hits for the Falcons. Both teams got all of their runs in that first inning. Foss with an 0-2 count up on the board, trying to get out of the jam. Fires in, a changeup, caught Chinello swinging, strike 3. 6 strikeouts on the day for the BYU commit Carter Foss, and he gets out of the bases loaded jam unscathed. No runs on a hit, no errors, and the Pointers leave the bases juiced. 3.5 have come and gone here from Petco. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Point Loma up over Scripps Ranch, 3-1. More when we return in a moment from Petco here on the Prep Insider. CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Petco Park, 3-1 Point Loma lead over Scripps Ranch as we hit the bottom of the 4th inning. The middle part of the order for the Falcons due up. Rocco Granucci in the 4 spot, Jonah Dawson in the 5 spot, and hitting 6, Scott Turbeville. This middle of the order was really good, but they couldn't come around to score more than that 1 run in the first. RJ back out there for his 4th inning of work with 46 pitches on the board. The first pitch he deals to Granucci is taken to short. Gorson is there, fires the Nuanez at first, and out number 1 was on the board here in the 4th inning. The bottom of the 4th begins the same way the bottom of the 3rd ended, with a ground out to short, and Gorson has been busy. That's the 3rd time the 4th time a batter has grounded out to him in this ball game. With 1 away in the bottom of the 4th, Jonah Dawson steps in, 0 for 1 today with an RBI, but reached on a fielder's choice. Takes the second pitch of the inning to second. Mansour moves to his left, lightly tosses it to Nuanez. 2 pitches, 2 outs here, and an efficient bottom of the 4th inning so far for Harjay. 48 pitches total in the game, 33 strikes, 15 balls. And 2 outs here with his team up 3-1. And Scott Turbeville now, who struck out looking to end the first inning, the first of 4 so far for Harjay, steps in and watches a first pitch fastball taken for strike 1. Turbeville playing left field in today's game. And for Harjay, he has not been shying away from these Scripps Ranch batters. Going right at them with the heater. Comes back with another one. Turbeville this time turns on it, but he's late and fouls it towards the first base dugout. 4 pitches into the inning, we already have 2 outs and an 0-2 count to Scott Turbeville, which to me is 4 straight strikes for Harjay. He deals the 0-2. This one goes through the glove of the diving Mansour at second into right field, and Scott Turbeville is on with a 2-out base knock here for the Falcons. Just the 3rd hit of the day for Scripps Ranch. Comes with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. But they'll take it any way they can. Small ball is effective as anything. And Justin Markell now steps in. 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second to open up the 2nd inning with 1 on and 2 away here. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Harjay checks the runner at first, fires in the 0-0. Fastball taken at the knees for strike 1. He's only thrown strikes here. 6 pitches, 6 strikes. 2 away, runner on first here in the bottom of the 4th. Pickoff attempt. It looked like it was in time, but Nuanez couldn't grasp the baseball. Popped out of his glove, and Turbeville is safe back at first. Markell still batting in the mid-200s. Harjay checks first and fires the 0-1. First ball thrown of the inning comes 7 pitches in. Brings the count to 1-1, an outside fastball that Markell staved off. Nate Ruse waiting on deck. Bradley Chio in the hole. We'll see if we get that far here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 away, 1-1 count, 3-1 ball game. Pointers up. Harjay trying to get out of the 4th, and he gets strike number 2 called on the inside corner. Markell watches it just glide into the glove of Waters, and he finds himself behind in the count. The lefty now has to protect in that batter's box. Harjay, the righty on the mound. Quick pickoff attempt. Did he get Turbeville? No. Turbeville able to get a hand under the glove of Nuanez. Finds himself safe back at first. Both teams scored all of their runs in the first. It's been scoreless since. Here in the bottom of the 4th, the 1-2. A changeup missing in the dirt. Rather a curveball. To even the count now. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner on first here in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 2-run ball game. Scripps Ranch trying to keep the inning alive here in the bottom. Markell takes the 2-2. Outside ball 3. Harjay does not like that call, and we have a full count. The first 3 pitches of the inning were hit. 2 for groundouts, 1 for a single. And Markell works this at-bat to 6 pitches now. The payoff pitch in from Harjay. A runner goes, and it misses inside for ball 4. First walk drawn here by the Scripps Ranch Falcons. Turbeville over at second now. Markell at first on the walk. And Nate Ruse now steps in. Ruse on the day 0 for 1, grounded out. In his lone at-bat in the 2nd, it's a second. Bradley Gio waiting on deck. 2 away here in a 3-1 ball game. Tying run at first in the form of Justin Markell. Turbeville at second. Nate Ruse in. Harjay trying to get out of the inning unscathed. He's up 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Toes the rubber, checks second. Rocks and fires the first pitch here to Ruse. Ruse gets jammed, but he's able to elevate it into center. Coming in for the dive is Vu. It pops out of his glove. Rounding third and coming on home is Markell. Turbeville tries to extend the 3rd, but he's thrown out. So Scripps Ranch is able to plate a run before Justin Markell gets thrown out on the 8-5 putout. Nate Ruse gets an RBI single. And that's the end of the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 stranded on base. 3-2. Scripps Ranch able to cut the lead to just 1. To the top of the 5th we go. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Pointers when we return from Petco. You're listening to a presentation of the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section. Baseball game of the day brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back for more in a moment. 3-2. Pointers lead the Falcons. Into the 5th we go.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So a hectic end to the fourth inning. The Falcons were able to score a run on the single. Scott Turbeville able to score. And then Justin Markell tries to go from first to third and is thrown out to end the inning. Nate Ruse able to RBI in a run to cut the lead in half. It was 2. It's now 1. 3-2 as we head to the top of the fifth inning. Matt Nuanez will lead things off here for the Pointers in the fourth spot. 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out to second in his 2 trips. 3 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Point Loma. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Scripps Ranch here. Heading into our second hour on air here, top of the fifth inning. We had a walk-off in game number 1 of the day. Pacific Ridge won in the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 against the Rock Academy Warriors. The 0-0 pitch in a 3-2 ball game. Tuanes is a fastball missing low and inside for ball 1. Carter Foss back out there, just dealt his 71st pitch of the day. Comes in the top of the 5th. Quickly winds and deals the 1-0. It's a fastball missing low for ball 2. 44 strikes, 28 balls, 72 total pitches. Scripps Ranch does have a pitcher warming up in the form of Tyler Bremer, committed to UCSB. The 2-0 is another fastball. This one is taken at the knees, and the comebacker is called a strike. 2-1 now for Foss. Nuanez in the left-handed batter's box. Looking to stage a rally here. Takes a big swing and a miss on a fastball. And the count is now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans in the right center field park picnicking and watching the festivities. Just a beautiful day to be at the ballpark on a Saturday. The 2-2 grounded in between first and second and into right field for a leadoff single. Matt Nuanez picks up his first hit of the day, the 4th here for the Pointers. And Point Loma has a leadoff batter on here in the top of the 5th inning for Duke Ekstrom, who's 1 for 2 with that 2 RBI base knock back in the 1st inning. Also struck out looking in the 3rd. Runner on first. Nobody out here in a 3-2 ball game. The Pointers got all 3 of their runs in the top of the 1st inning, and boy, are they looking to try and extend the lead here after Point Loma, or rather Scripps Ranch, has chipped away to make it a 3-2 ball game. First pitch into Ekstrom is taken low and away for ball 1. Middle infield and double play depth. Bradley Gio at second. Patrick Walker at short. And Foss delivers a fastball. That's fouled back into the second level to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Aiden Reggio waiting on deck. With nobody out here in the hole is John Jett Taylor. Foss toes the rubber, checks the runner at first. With nobody out, he delivers the 1-1. And he steps off prior to call time, actually. Didn't like the call, wants to reset. Diggs back in here to the right-handed batter's box. Foss toes the rubber. And now he's ready to go from the belt. Runner fakes the steal. The 1-1 is high and deep to left field. Turbeville makes a run at it, and he's able to secure that out on the warning track for out number 1. Nuanez stays put at first base. Loud out number 1 here. Next drum is retired. That was probably 330 feet, which would be out at some high school baseball parks, but not here at the mecca of Major League Baseball stadiums, Petco Park. Runner on, 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Aiden Regiel steps in, 0 for 2, a fly out in the 1st and a ground out to first in the 3rd. And another lefty in the lineup here for Point Loma steps in. And actually, no, we have a pinch hitter for the Pointers. It's number 22, Lorenzo Sardo, coming in place of Regiel. He swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. So Regiel, for the time being, his day is done. 0 for 2. And on the season for Sardo, as he watches an outside fastball miss for ball 1. Batting 194, does have 8 RBI and 4 runs scored. Trying to continue to keep the rally alive. Runner on first, one away. The 1-1 foul tipped off the end of the bat and out for strike 2. Sardo now down in the count. We'll see if he takes right field, rather left field, where Reggio was playing. We'll find out when the sides flip. 3 runs, 4 hits, and error for the Pointers. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Falcons here in the top of the 5th inning. A 1-2 count with 1 away and a runner on for Sardo. Voss toes the rubber. Rocks and fires the 1-2. A big swing and a miss for strike 3. Sardo is retired swinging. 7 strikeouts now for Carter Foss. He's 3 away from tying the Petco Park High School pitching strikeout record, which was set last night by Jackson Bentoncourt, the starter for Mira Mesa. He had 10 strikeouts in 6 2/3 inning of work, ended up getting the no decision after giving up 1 earned run, but 4 runs crossed the plate due to errors in the late innings. They tried to get him the complete game, and they couldn't. Stepping in now for Point Loma is John Jet Taylor with 2 away. Watches a first pitch curveball in there for strike 1. Taylor on the day, 1 for 2, an RBI single, and a pop out to short. Takes the 0-1 pitch, foul, back out of play. And now he's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Manuana singled to lead off the 5th inning. Duke Ekstrom flew out to left, and Sardo came in and struck out as a pinch hitter. Pointers trying to not leave Nuanez hanging at first. The 0-2 into Taylor, delivered by Foss. A fastball in the dirt, gets away from Lancia, but he's able to recover it quick enough to keep Nuanez over at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Foss up near 85 pitches. In that 10 strikeout performance last night for Jordan Bentoncourt, he pitched 103 pitches. By far the furthest of any of the 5 games here today at Petco. The 1-2 pitch got Jet Taylor swinging for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks ends the 5th inning here. Rather, the Pointers' 5th inning. 8 strikeouts now on the day for Carter Foss. His team leads 3-2, and we'll head to the bottom of, his team trails 3-2, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning from Petco. Back for more in a moment. Back here at Petco Park, a couple of changes here in the the bottom of the fifth inning. Scripps Ranch up on the offensive side. They'll have a pinch hitter. It's Nicholas wearing number 21 in the 9 spot. Takes a first pitch strike from Nolan Krim, the new pitcher. Coming in for RJ, who goes 4 innings strong, 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts for his outing. On the season for Krim, as he deals the 0-1 pitch in the dirt to even the count. Pitching with a 600 clip. This is his 5th appearance. 6.00 ERA in 4 2/3 innings. Pitch, he has 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball, swung and a miss for strike 2. For Scripps Ranch, it's Ethan Nicholas. This being his second at-bat of the season. First recorded at-bat. He walked in his first at-bat of the season. The 1-2 pitch, though, bounces in the dirt to Judd, who just came in at catcher. Ojen also out there in right. Those are the 2 switches here for the Pointers defense, up 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll see if Nicholas takes the second base spot of Bradley Gio, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, when we return in the 6th inning. The 2-2 pitch just popped up toward the first base line, but it floats out of play, and we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nolan Krim getting his 5th appearance of the season, only 3 2/3 innings, but none more important than the ones here in Point Loma have against Scripps Ranch at Petco Park. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Pointers. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Falcons. And a 2-2 count to Nicholas. Krim taking his time in the crimson and yellow Point Loma Pointers top. He toes the rubber and fires the 2-2. Foul tipped off the bat of Nicholas and back out of play. Great job by Ethan Nicholas to stay alive here and keep the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Krim working quickly. The righty delivers the 2-2. Nicholas watches it bounce in the left-handed batter's box. Now the righty batter has a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat pending. Nicholas working Krim in the opening at-bat here of the bottom of the 5th inning. Scripps Ranch trailing 3-2 to Point Loma, looking to even perhaps tie or take the lead here in the bottom half. The payoff pitch missing in the dirt, ball 4, and Nicholas draws a leadoff pinch hit walk here to begin the 5th inning for the Falcons. He represents the go-ahead or the game-tying run at first. The go-ahead run is now at the plate in the form of Patrick Walker, who's 0 for 2 with a groundout and a strikeout. But first, a meeting on the mound between the entire infield here for Point Loma. During the meeting, we'll take a timeout.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here after the conversation on the mound, Patrick Walker, the lefty at the top of the order, who's 0 for 2, steps in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-2 score, Point Loma up over Scripps Ranch with the game-tying run at first base in the form of Ethan Nicholas, who drew a pinch hit leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Scripps Ranch. Patrick Walker steps in. First pitch from Nolan Krim to him. Walker shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch is called a strike. Runner goes anyway. The throw is high, but backing up second is Vu, and Nicholas is safe at second with the stolen base. The tying run now in scoring position for the Scripps Ranch Falcons. 0-1 count here to Patrick Walker, and now I see a couple of Point Loma Pointers running back to the bullpen here to get warm. Krim coming in facing his second batter of the day, and he's in danger of giving up the game-tying hit. A single could drive in Nicholas and tie this thing up in a 3-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nobody out in an 0-1 count to Patrick Walker. Krim toes the rubber and checks second. Nicholas a step and a half off the base. The 0-1 in. A fastball up and away. Judd is able to nab it out of the air. And the count is 1-1 here to Walker. Steven Lancia on deck. Carter Foss in the hole. Should we get that far here in the inning? 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pointers. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Falcons. In a Western League battle here at Petco. The righty Krim toes the rubber against the lefty Walker. The 1-1 fastball. Bunt is shown, pulled back, pitches high, ball 2. The Scripps Ranch dugout trying to inject some electricity into their offense. Slowly chipping away. They went down 3-0 early back in the first, got 1 run back in the first, and they were able to scrape away at the lead and gain another run in the fourth. Here, game-tying run at second. Nobody away. The 2-1 bunt goes off the bottom of Walker's bat, but fouled back out of play to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. RJ had a great start for Point Loma, went 4 innings strong, only gave up 1 run. It was unearned after Steven Lancia got on via the error by Gorson at short. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts for Harjay. Nolan Krim is in now, getting his 4th inning of work on the season. So far, he's walked Ethan Nicholas, who then stole second. And Patrick Walker has drawn a 2-2 count. Krim trying to record out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. He toes the rubber, checks second, rocks and fires the 2-2. A fastball fouled off once again, and Patrick Walker really making Krim work now. Krim, 2 batters into his outing, has thrown 13 pitches, 7 strikes, 6 balls. It was a 7-pitch walk drawn by Ethan Nicholas. And here, a 6-pitch 2-2 count to Patrick Walker. And Krim checks back over at second. And he'll step off and just look Nicholas back to second. The Scripps Ranch dugout, of course, booing the pitcher, but you got to do what you have to do to keep the runners at bay on the base paths. And Ethan Nicholas, mighty twitchy out there with a 1.5 lead. The 2-2, a fastball is a small dribbler over to second. Mansour able to veer to his right and make the nab and throw over to first for out number 1. But Ethan Nicholas moves over to third on the throw, and the game-tying run is now 90 feet away from scoring with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Steven Lancia, 0 for 2 with the run scored. Stepping in, he struck an out. Reached on an error back in the first inning as well. So an RBI 4-3 putout advances Nicholas to third. Lancia with plenty of power to try and at least get the sac fly. In the earlier window, we saw a run get taken back because Lasante Boswell for the Rock Academy Warriors left on a sac early, came in and scored the first run of the game, but after Pacific Ridge tagged third saying he left early, and that call was confirmed. The 0-0 pitch here to Lancia is a strike down Main Street. He takes it. Ball actually popped out of the glove of Judd, but he was able to corral it real quick and keep Nicholas at bay at third. 3-2 ball game. Both teams with 4 hits. Game-tying run at third base here for Scripps Ranch. 1 away. Middle infield playing in on the grass. Corners trying to avoid the bunt as well. Lansky has an 0-1 count. Krim delivers. High, deep drive. Right field. Back is Ochin. He makes the catch, but coming in on the sack is Nicholas. The throw is cut off, and we're tied at 3. The sack works to perfection for Steven Lancia. Scripps Ranch ties it up here 3-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that's where the walk can come back to bite you. Ethan Nicholas drew a 7-pitch walk. He stole second. Advanced to third on Patrick Walker's ground out. and was scored on the sac fly to right by Steven Lance. A 3-3 game for Carter Foss, the BYU commit. Takes a first pitch strike at the knees. Krim has not given up a hit, but he has recorded a walk and an earned run now. 3 runs, 4 hits for both teams. The only difference, an error for Point Loma. That did account for a run. The 0-1 is ripped to short. What a grab by Gorson out in the left field grass to end the inning. Not before 1 run comes around. No hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Well, what a play by Deuce Gorson out at short. They'll limit the damage to 1 run. We're all knotted up at 3. To the top of the 6 we go. Between the Pointers and the Falcons, you're listening to the Prep Insiders CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Stand State Farm. Don't go anywhere. We have a stalemate here at Petco Park.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Petco Park, we have a pinch pitcher, if you will, the relief pitcher coming in. It's the UCSB recruit, Tyler Bremer, who's committed to play for the Gauchos in the fall, coming in relief. I was told that he will be the first arm out of the bullpen. And as promised, here he is. That ends the day for the BYU commit Carter Foss. 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts for Foss. Great outing for him. But now Bremer will try and keep the Pointers at bay in a 3-3 ball game. The Pointers scored all 3 of their runs in the top of the first. The Falcons slowly chipped away, got 1 in the first, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth to tie things up here now in the latter part of the game. 8-9-1 due up for the Pointers against Bremer. And on the season for Bremer, a 3.97 ERA. He comes into today with an 0-2 record, this being his 6th appearance of the season. 18 strikeouts to 7 walks as well. Not too shabby of a ratio. 3 runs, 4 hits on both sides. 1 error for the Pointers, none for the Falcons. Liam Waters will kick things off here in the 6th inning for Point Loma. And actually, it's a pinch hitter. And the first pitch is taken for strike 1 at the knees. I believe it's Jared Judd coming in the 8th spot for his first at-bat. Watches a pitch miss low for ball 1. Yeah, Jarrett Judd, sophomore catcher, comes in place of Liam Waters, who ends his day 1 for 2. And the 1-1 pitch called a strike on the outside corner. Judd will catch in the field as well. We'll see if Diego Mansour stays in the on-deck circle. But it looks like another pinch hitter is warming up. Drew Bronner, the 1-2 pitch, though, cut on a miss for strike 3, and Judd goes down swinging. Bremer gets his first strikeout of the day against the first batter he faces. 4 pitches, 1 out, 1 strikeout. And now a pinch hitter coming in for Diego Mansour. Drew Bronner, junior third baseman, coming in. We'll see if they keep him at third base or if he takes Mansour's spot at second. The first pitch is watched in there for strike 1. On the season for Bronner, after Bremer delivers the 0-1, hacked on and missed for strike 2. Batting average up at 206. 6 RBI as well. Bremer delivers the 0-2. High fastball. Had Browner out in front of it, but he's able to grab a piece of it and foul it back for strike to keep the count at 0-2. Both teams with 3 runs and 4 hits. Yes, that 1 error for the Pointers does burn, but what hurts even more is the 7 left on base, including 4 in scoring position. Bremner delivers the 0-2, a changeup that hits the thigh of Browner, and a hit batsman has a 1-out base runner here for the Pointers. Browner over at first, one away here, top of the 6th inning. And the order turns back over for Kien Vu. The lefty center fielder today, 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts, was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning as well. And the go-ahead run for the Pointers is on first base. Middle infield, though, Bradley Gio and Patrick Walker. Ready for the double play. We'll have a pinch runner coming in here at 4-Point Loma. Brevin Taft, number 13, comes in as the pinch runner. One away, runner on first here, 3-3 ball game, top of the 6th inning from Petco Park. Bremner ready. The future Gaucho fires in the first pitch, upstairs, ball 1. Good eye from Vu. 0 for 2 today, a pair of swinging strikeouts, and was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He was stranded on second thereafter, though. Lefty, speedy center fielder. Hasn't shown butt yet, which is a surprise because with his speed, if he can get one down the third base line, you're really looking for that infield hit more so than a sacrifice with the speed that he possesses out of the left-handed batter's box. But right now, bunt doesn't seem to be the sign. The lefty steps into the batter's box. 1-0 count. Bremner ready. Checks first and fires it in. Fastball missing low for ball 2. Beautiful day here at the ballpark. Wind shifts out towards center. 3 to 5 miles per hour gusts. People enjoying the festivities in the right center field park. Pickoff attempt, nothing doing. Taft able to get back without a problem. Early game was mostly cloudy here. We had a tad overcast as the 2-0 pitch is a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Mostly sunny, protruding skies. The 4 o'clock game today, a fun one. The 6th and final game of our series here at Petco Park. It'll be Calexico taking on Central Union. 2-1 pitch here from Bremner, taken down the left field line, but well foul in the corner. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kien Vu. A 3-3 ball game. It's been pretty solid pitching with small but effective hits peppered throughout the ball game. Bremner trying to keep the Pointers offense at bay. The 2-2, a sweeping curveball that just stays upstairs in the zone. Good eye by Vu to bring the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away here with a runner on first. A walk could be detrimental. A strikeout would be nice. A double play would be really pivotal here for the Falcons defensively. A pickoff attempt. Taft is back sliding. Payoff pitch pending here for Vu in the batter's box. Bremner delivers it in. A fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner. Kien Vu goes down for his 3rd time today, a hat trick. And Bremner picks up his 2nd strikeout today. Out number 2 on the board here in the top of the 6th. And Deuce Gorson, will step in here. 0 for 0 today. In 3 trips, he's walked 3 times. He did score the game's opening run back in the 1st inning. The lefty, who's been incredible at shortstop today, digs in here. Runner on first and 2 away in a 3-3 ball game in the top of the 6th inning. We had a walk-off to end the day yesterday in Francis Parker when they beat Mira Mesa. We had a walk-off to open up the day today when Pacific Ridge walked off against the Rock Academy. And something of a motif it feels like here at Petco Park. The 0-0 pitch taken on the inside corner but called a ball to Gorson. Bremner working quickly now, towing the rubber. And he's going to try and attempt to pick off Taft. Gets back standing, no problem. Just keeping Taft close, wanting to show there's not much flexibility on the base paths. 3 runs and 4 hits on both sides, 1 error for the Pointers. They've also left 7 on base, no errors and 3 left on base for the Falcons. Bremner delivers the 1-0, a hefty swing, but it's fouled back off the screen. And Gorson has an even count, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 away with 1 on here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to the shortstop, Deuce Gorson. Bremner ready. Comes set. Delivers the 1-1. Curveball outside for ball 2. 17 pitches for Bremner here in his opening inning of play. 10 strikes, 7 balls. 2 strikeouts and a hit batsman. The 2-1, fastball missing inside. Gets away from Lancia behind the plate and on the pass ball. Taft will advance from first to second. Not a wild pitch. It was out over the plate. Called a ball, though. 3-1 the count now to Gorson. And Taft takes advantage. Runner on second now. 3-1 count. 2 away here in a 3-3 ball game. Top of the 6th inning. Deuce Gorson trying to keep the inning going in a 3-1 count. Bremner delivers a fastball. A swinging strike. Brings the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Blew one right by the waving arms of Gorson. Ochen waiting on deck. Should we get that far here, looking for his first ups in place of Shinella. The payoff pitch here, pending for Bremner. Toes the rubber, checks the runner. Pearson fires the 3-2, and it misses just a tad low for ball 4. A 7-pitch walk drawn by Garrison with 2 away. Puts runners on first and second here. And for Point Loma, it'll bring up Jordan Ochen. Bremner now is a hit batter and a walk in the inning. Sandwiched between those are 2 strikeouts. And now Ochen stepping in. Comes in the 3 spot in place of Corbin Shinello, who went 0 for 2, was hit with a run scored. Struck out and flew out in 3 trips. First pitch to the righty playing left field. He's taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Go ahead run at first, or rather at second. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Bremner trying to get out of the inning. Toes the rubber and fires in the, nope, he steps off mid-pitch. Bremner trying to get out of the inning, but wants to do it in the most calculated way possible. Delivers the 0-1. Foul tipped back into the glove of Lancia for strike 2. Over at second base, Taft is trying to toy with the pitcher Bremner. He's basically just literally dancing. I mean, busting out his cha-cha slides and his Macarenas out there at second, trying to distract Bremner as much as possible. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here to Ochen. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Bremner. And he's able to get out of the 6th unscathed. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a pair stranded on first and second. The Pointers threaten but do not score. 3-3 tie as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, or bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section. Baseball game of the day brought to you by State Farm and Mission Fed Credit Union. Back from Petco Park in a moment.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Petco, Prep Insider CF San Diego section. Baseball game of the day brought to you by State Farm. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go in a 3-3 rubber match between Point Loma and Falcons in Western League play. The first of what will be a 5-game series between these two teams. The series will resume on the 31st of May. It'll be the final series for both these teams in conference play this season. The Falcons, meanwhile, here were able to knot things up in the bottom of the 5th inning. They'll have the 3, 4, and 5 batters to up Foss, Granucci, and Dawson. Both teams with 3 runs and 4 hits. The difference, though, the error for the Pointers that allowed the opening run for the Falcons to score. They got a run in the 4th and a run in the 5th to tie things up here as we hit the latter innings in the bottom of the 6th. Nolan Krim back out there for his 2nd inning of work. 1 walk and an earned run back in the 5th inning when he came in. Carter Foss will begin things here to lead things off for the Falcons in the 3 spot. 1 for 2. He singled in his opening at bat, was stranded at third. Grounded out to short in the 3rd inning as well. Krim back on the mound here for the Pointers for his 2nd inning of work in a very important Western League matchup. So far, the away team here at Petco Park has won 3 of the 4 games. Going back to yesterday, Torrey Pines beat Sage Creek in game number 1. In game number 2, Patrick Henry beat Bishops. And in game number 3, the nightcap last night, it was a walk-off for Francis Parker against Mira Mesa. Earlier today in game number 1 of our Saturday triple header, Pacific Ridge walked off against Rock Academy. And here in game number 2 of our triple header, it's a 3-3 ball game as we hit to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Carter Foss will lead things off here against Nolan Krim for Scripps Ranch. Krim ready, toes the rubber. He rocks and fires the first pitch of the bottom of the 6th, and it's taken over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Carter Foss headed to BYU in the fall, had a great start, went 5 innings strong, had 8 strikeouts, but did give up 3 runs. Walked 4. This one, he takes to center field. Vu, though, was there, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Kian Vu is a very effective center fielder. Didn't have to make up much ground there to get under it. And there's 1 out now here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Rocco Granucci. 1 for 2 today in the 4 spot. Single back in the 1st, a ground out to short in the 4th. Krim toes the rubber and fires in the first pitch. Called a strike at the knees. Great spot by Judd behind the plate, by the way. And actually another catcher has come in here to take the place behind the dish. It's Garcia. Taylor at third still, though. Gorson at short. Mansour at second. Over at first is Nuanez. The 0-1 pitch. Missing a little low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here. Bottom of the 6th inning in a 3-3 ball game. Krim rocks and fires. Fastball just painting the outside corner for strike 2. Not easy for either offense so far as the 1-2 pitch is quickly whipped in there, missing low and away to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs, 4 hits on both sides. An error for the Pointers. The 2-2 in from Krim, taken to short, backhanded by Gorson, over to first, and it's in time for out number 2. Jonah Dawson now stepping in here, 0 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st, had an RBI. His RBI back in the 1st was that lone run that Scripps Ranch scored. He also grounded out to short back in the 4th inning. 1 for 2. Oh, and excuse me, it's actually Scott Turbeville that's up. And Turbeville takes the 1-0 pitch, low and away for ball 2. Oh, excuse me, for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Turbeville on the day, 1 for 2, a strikeout looking. A single and later scored back in the 4th. Foul tips the 1-1 back. Finds himself behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chinello delivers. 1-2. Fastball missing well out. Simon, it just bounces. Garcia couldn't even grasp it. That evens the count now. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. And a 3-3 stalemate in the bottom of the 4th inning, or bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-2 taken to right field. Ochin, though, is there. He secures the out for out number 3. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th inning. Keeps us knotted up at 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. To the 7th inning we go. Pointers, the Falcons, all knotted up at 3. Back for more in a moment from Petco. You're listening to the Prep Insiders CIF section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed and State Farm. Back for more from Petco in a moment.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The future Gaucho, Bremner back out there for his second inning of work. Welcome back to Petco Park, everybody. Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. In a stalemate, 3-3 as we head to the top of the seventh between Point Loma and Scripps Ranch. In game number 2 of our 3-game slate here at Petco, as Calexico and Central Union, respectively, have entered the ballpark and are watching the latter part of this game. They'll take the field at 4 o'clock for our afternoon game. But here we got a good one. 3-3 to the top of the seventh. We have yet to go extra innings in any of our high school games so far this season at Petco. Yesterday, we saw a walk-off in a 0-0 ball game, or rather in a 2-2 ball game. And here today, it was 0-0. Pacific Ridge walked off 1-0 in the bottom of the seventh. We'll see here if the Pointers can get a go-ahead run in the top half of the seventh. Manuana in the cleanup spot, begins things here. First pitch, he takes it up the middle. Walker at a short, though, glides towards the second base bag, makes the play over to first in time for out number 1. Nuana is now 2 for 3 on the day. Great play by Patrick Walker at short. By the way, the only fielding difference is Ethan Nicholas is over at second now. Bradley Gio is sitting down. Everybody else in the field here for the Falcons remains the same. One away for Duke Ekstrom, the designated hitter today. 1 for 3, a pair of RBIs, a single, a fly out, and a strikeout. First pitch, a changeup, outside ball 1. Ekstrom had that 2 RBI base knock back in the first inning to get the scoring started for the Pointers. Takes one in the shallow left center field. It drops for a 1-out single. On a 1-0 count, he got a fastball, caught the sweet spot, and took it into no man's land. The Pointers have the go-ahead run at first base here in the top of the 7th inning with 1 out. Bremner gives up his first hit here today. Middle infield now ready for the double play. Nicholas at second, Walker at short. And we're going to have a pinch hitter coming in here for Point Loma, as well as a pinch runner. I believe we'll see Regil come back in here into his usual spot, batting 6th. Sardo came in to pinch hit for him in the last at-bat. And actually, no, we will have a pinch hitter here for Point Loma. It's number 51, Dominic Nunes, coming in place of Regil. Back pick attempt first. Ekstrom back safely, no problem. And actually, excuse me, Regil is the batter. Nunes is the pinch runner. So Nunes is over at first base. Regil is in and watches the first pitch fall in there for strike 1. Regil went 0 for 2 in the first and third innings. Was taken out in the 5th for Sardo, who struck out. So the 6th spot is 0 for 3 combined today so far. Regil trying to flip the script here. First pitch, no. Excuse me, the 0-1. Are they going to call a balk? No, I believe that they call time behind the plate while the pitch happened, and the Scripps Ranch dugout was unhappy with it. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Pointers, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Falcons. Runner on first here in a 3-3 ball game in the top of the 7th. Bremner delivers the 0-1. It's fouled back off the end of the bat by Regil. And we'll do it again. This time, no balls and 2 strikes. John Jet Taylor waiting on deck. Go ahead run on first base. Pointers scored all 3 of their runs in the top half of the first. The Falcons chipped away. 1 in the first, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. Both teams with goose eggs in the 6th. No balls and 2 strikes for the future Gaucho, Bremner. And he checks the runner at first, and they got him. Nunez did not get back to first in time, and the pickoff eliminates the base running threat. I have called probably 15 or 20 baseball seasons this year before coming to Petco and that is the third time that I've seen a batter get picked off. Prior to yesterday, I have not seen a single base runner get picked off throughout the San Diego section. Pretty crazy how different the vibe is here. The 0-2 pitch, hacked in and missed, strike three. So a pickoff and a strikeout, and the top of the seventh for Bremner. 4 strikeouts to his outing so far, and he gets out of the top of the seventh unscathed. No runs, a hit, no errors. Nobody left on base. Will we get a third walk-off from Petco Park in the bottom of the seventh? The answer on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back in a moment for the bottom of the seventh. Welcome back to the bottom of the seventh inning from Petco Park. A 3-3 ball game. And you know what that means. It's an opportunity for a walk-off in the bottom of the seventh. We've already had 2 walk-offs here in our series at Petco Park. Francis Parker walked off against Mira Mesa last night. Earlier today, Pacific Ridge walked off against the Rock Academy. Will we see another one here on a Saturday afternoon from Petco Park between 2 Western League teams? I don't know. Well, I know we're about to find out here as we hit the bottom of the seventh inning. And it's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 spots for the Falcons. Markel, Ruse, and Nicholas. Should we get all 3 of those guys up? Now remember that you can really change the you can always put in pinch hitters. New pitcher in is Ledbetter. He comes in place of Krim. And he'll be tasked with trying to keep the game alive here and give us some free baseball. Ready to go here in the bottom of the seventh in a 3-3 ball game. Justin Markel steps in. He's 0 for 1 today. The first pitch to him. And actually, no, it's a pinch hitter. First pitch is in there for strike one for Scripps Ranch. It's Jack Smart coming in place of Justin Markel, who goes 0 for 1. And Smart fouls back the 0-1 pitch. Now down in the count 0-2. Three runs, 5 hits, an error for the Pointers. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Falcons here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Falcons have chipped away and looking to walk it off here to end the ball game. The 0-2, taken right down Broadway, called strike 3. Not sure what Smart was looking for, but Ledbetter able to get the better of him and pick up his first strikeout, a backwards K, to begin the bottom of the seventh inning. And that'll bring up Ruse now. Nate Ruse in the 8th spot, 1 for 2 today, an RBI single and a ground out to second. He steps in. First pitch taken inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 3-3 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Ledbetter delivers, bunt is down. It's a one hopper back to the mound. Ledbetter's there, and he turns and fires to first for out number 2. 1-3 put out. Retires Nate Ruse. And that'll bring up Ethan Nicholas now with with 1 away here. No, 2 away. They forgot to put the out up. And are they saying that was a foul ball? They are. So, nope, there we go. Now everything is squared away. The first pitch seen here by Nicholas is a foul ball well out of play towards the Calexico team waiting in the right field bleachers. No balls and a strike now. 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. Ledbetter, the southpaw, dealing to Nicholas, the righty batter. 2 outs here. The 0-1, and it hits him. A hit batter, and Ethan Nicholas will stride over to first. He walked back in the 5th inning, came around to score the tying run, and now he represents the game-winning run at first base. Game-winning run at first base, 2 away here in a 3-3 ball game. In the bottom of the 7th, the order turns back over to the leadoff batter, Patrick Walker. Walker on the day, he's 0 for 3, a pair of groundouts sandwiched in between those was a strikeout. Looking for a big hit, lefty on lefty matchup here. The 0-0 fastball taken low and outside for ball 1. A lot of speed at first. Ethan Nicholas already has a stolen base today. I doubt they'll try and risk him, though, as the 1-0 is a pickoff attempt, and Nicholas back safely. I think that Ledbetter and I were thinking on the same wavelength right there. Just trying to keep the base runner at bay. Represent the game-winning run. 2 away here, 3-3 ball game, bottom of the 7th. Ledbetter looking to force extras here at Petco. And once again, keeping Nicholas at bay at first. The Scripps Ranch dugout booing, of course, in a playful tone rather than a merciless tone to Ledbetter. Ledbetter doesn't care, though. He's doing what he needs to do to keep the speedy Nicholas at bay at first. Toes the rubber, looks at Nicholas, fires the 1-0 pitch, fouled back off the screen. Evens the count here, 1 ball, 1 strike to Patrick Walker. Three runs, 5 hits, an error for the Pointers. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Falcons. Game-winning run at first base. 2 away here, bottom of the 7th. Wide stance in the left-handed batter's box by Patrick Walker. The lefty Ledbetter ready. Checks the runner at first and fires the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. And actually it was a foul tip off the glove of Garcia behind the plate. And now a 1-2 count to the leadoff batter, Patrick Walker. Ledbetter getting ready for his 11th pitch of the inning. 7 strikes, 3 balls. The 1-2 runner goes. It's a line into center, and the diving grab is made by Vu to end the 7th. The game-winning run was at first base, but Patrick Walker flies out to Vu in center to end the 7th inning, and we have free baseball. Here from Petco Park to the 8th inning we go. You're listening to the Prep Insiders CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day. Free baseball as we head to the top of the 8th in the moment. Point Loma back on offense when we return from Petco. Ready to go here in the 8th inning. Welcome back, everybody, to Petco Park. 3-3 ball game in a Western League battle between Point Loma and Scripps Ranch. Here in the 8th inning, Bremner back out there for his 3rd inning of work. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit, no runs for him in a relief appearance. But he'll be faced with the first pitch here. Swung on a miss for strike 1. Batting for Point Loma is Brian Bubba Nunez, coming in place of John Jet Taylor. And John Jet Nunez, who was a pinch runner earlier, down in the count, no ball and 2 strikes. Bremner quickly has him well ahead, fires in the 0-2, paints the outside corner, called strike 3. Back-to-back Ks going back to the 7th inning here for Bremner. And the 8th inning kicks off with a strikeout looking. 5 strikeouts for Bremner. How about that? Through 3 innings of work so far. Headed to UCSB. Of course, we know how phenomenal that program is out of the Big West. He'll make his presence felt early there. 1 away here. Garcia steps in. Foul tips the first pitch back into Lancey's glove for strike 1. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error for the Pointers. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Falcons. The 0-1 pitch hacked at and missed for strike 2 on a pitch in the dirt. Got to be careful here if you're Garcia. Obviously, you want to protect and extend this at bat, but you don't want to swing at bad pitches. The 0-2 dealt in from Bremner. Fastball called strike 3 right down Broadway. Absolutely froze Garcia in his tracks on that one. Back-to-back strikeouts looking here. For Bremner, he has 6 on the game now, and he's recorded 2 quick outs. Point Loma now has Mansour up in the 9-hole, Diego Mansour. On the day, 0 for 2, flew out to left and struck out looking. Takes a first pitch strike at the belt. 0-1 the count to Diego Mansour, the second baseman. Bremner working quickly from the belt, fires in the 0-1. He is wasting no time, missing low in the way. That evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Point Loma trying to avoid a walk-off. We've already seen 2 here at Petco beginning last night in our nightcap. Then it got started here early today. Pacific Ridge walked off against the Rock Academy. The 1-1 fired in there from Bremner. This guy is a master at finding the outside corner. Got another one there. 1-2 count now for Bremner. The outside corner has been established all afternoon long by the home plate umpire. Bremner taking advantage right there. He fires in the 1-2. Taken into shallow center field. It drops for a single. The go-ahead run. Diego Mansour able to reach on a 1-2 single with 2 away here in the 8th inning. Second hit given up for Bremner here today. The lineup turns back over for the southpaw Kian Vu in the top part of the order. Vu on the day has a hat trick of strikeouts, 2 swinging, 1 looking. He was hit by a pitch, though, in the 4th inning as well. Go-ahead run over at first base, 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch popped up really high, but very foul into the second row of seats here. And the count is 0-1 to Vu. Point Loma scored all 3 of their runs in the 1st inning. Falcons got 1 back in the bottom of the 1st. And they scored in the 4th and the 5th to tie things up. They did have the go-ahead run at first base in the 7th, but couldn't bring him home. They have the go-ahead run for Point Loma over at first with 2 outs and an 0-1 count here to Vu. Bremner delivers a fastball upstairs to even the count. Good take there from Vu. Between the 2 pitchers so far today for Point Loma, 13 strikeouts. Not too shabby for the BYU and UCSB commits, respectively. Bremner fires in the 1-1. Fastball, hacked at and missed strike 2. And Bremner now well ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, trying to get out of the top of the inning and get his Falcons offense an opportunity to walk off in the bottom of the 8th. Point Loma trying to string together some hits here with 2 away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner on first, 3-3 ball game, top of the 8th. Bremner ready, toes the rubber, checks the runner, rocks and he fires the 1-2. In the dirt, runner goes, no throw was made. And Mansour is over at second safely on the stolen base. Point Loma fans very happy. Vu has drawn a 2-2 count with 2 away and a runner on second in a 3-3 ball game in the top of the 8th inning. Bremner ready. Takes a big stride. The 2-2 hacked on and missed. Strike 3. 7 strikeouts and 3 innings of work for Bremner. And he's able to get his offense back up here in the bottom of the 8th. 10 runners left on base for the Pointers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And Mansour left on second. Will the Falcons walk off in the bottom of the 8th? Well, we're about to find out. Stick around, folks. Back for more in a moment. For Petco Park, you're listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here from Petco. Special thanks to all of our sponsors. Hit up my boy Ron Wang in Rancho Penasquitos for all of your insurance needs. Special thanks to State Farms for sponsoring each and every Prep Insider CIF San Diego section broadcast here at Petco. You can reach Ron at 858-484-1297 for all of your insurance needs. Also, big thanks to Mission Fed Credit Union, a premier partner for all of our Prep Insider broadcasts. Mission Fed is a proud partner of the CIF San Diego section and San Diego's largest member-owned, non-for-profit, full financial service institution exclusively serving San Diego County. Banking at Mission Fed means doing good for San Diego by putting money back into the community through supporting and helping hundreds of local nonprofit organizations. Thank you to Mission Fed and all of our wonderful sponsors here at the Prep Insider Day at Petco Park. Game number 2. We already had a walk-off today. We have had 2 consecutive walk-offs going back to the late game last night. Mira Mesa got walked off against by Francis Parker earlier today. Pacific Ridge roped together some small ball and walked off against the Rock Academy here at Scripps Ranch with an opportunity to do it in the bottom of the 8th. Steven Lancia jacks one to shallow right field. And out of second, it's bobbled by Mansour. An error by the second baseman. Mansour has Lancia over at second, and he represents the game-winning run. The second error of the day by Mansour. Ironically, when Steven Lancia came up back in the first inning, he reached by an error by Mansour as well. And you can hear the Scripps Ranch dugout absolutely loving it. Looking to walk it off here at Petco Park on a Saturday afternoon. Ledbetter trying to avoid the walk-off and get his team into the 9th inning. But first, a timeout is called. No, an intentional walk. They're going to intentionally walk Carter Foss, the BYU commit, over to first base. Foss was 1 for 3 prior to that intentional walk. He had a single in the first, grounded out in the third, lined out to short in the 5th. I don't hate the call, though. I think that it's important that you play to your strengths here. And for Point Loma, they know that Scripps Ranch is more than capable of singling in the runner from second. So you want to decrease your margin of error as much as possible. So right here, a force out on the base pass. Third base is open. Runners on first and second with nobody out. And Rocco Granucci digging in now will get a pinch runner over at first base first for Scripps Ranch. Ethan Nicholas will come in at first base as the pinch runner, taking the place of Steven Lancia. Game-winning run at second in the form of Lancia. Carter Foss now on the bench. Runners on first and second. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Pointers. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Falcons. Looking to walk it off here in the bottom of the 8th. Ledbetter ready. He rocks and fires the first pitch here. Taken low and away for ball 1 to Granucci. On the day for Rocco Granucci, 1 for 3, a single, a ground out, and a fly out. to his total out of the cleanup spot. But no at-bat bigger than this one right here. Ledbetter, the southpaw, calmly comes set from the belt, delivers the 1-0. Taken right down Broadway for strike one. Will we have a third straight walk-off here from Petco Park? Will I have a voice to do the evening game? All of that remains to be seen here. The 1-1 in from Ledbetter. Fastball just missing outside. Good eye from Granucci to bring the count to 2-1. He finds himself ahead here. Lancia at second. Ethan Nicholas, the pinch runner for Carter Foss at first. Ledbetter ready, comes set. Fires in the 2-1. It's taken to right field. Ochin is there, it drops. And they are going to hold Lancia at third. The bases are all juiced now with nobody out. The game-winning run 90 feet away for the Falcons. And Jonah Dawson digging in here. Lancia at third. Nicholas at second. Granucci at first. Dawson ready to roll. 0-3 on the day. Reached on a fielder's choice and has a pair of ground outs. Ledbetter steps off for time. Dawson does have 12 RBIs on the season, but we will have to wait for the at-bat as a conversation is to be had between Garcia and Ledbetter on the mound. Game number 5 of our 6-game slate between yesterday and today. Falcons, the designated home team. The first 2 games yesterday were dominated by the road team here at Petco. Torrey Pines beating Sage Creek. Bishops losing to Patrick Henry. But the home team has been able to win the final 2 games in walk-off fashion. Last night, Francis Parker against Mira Mesa. Earlier today, Pacific Ridge against the Rock Academy. 0-0 count here to Dawson. Bases juiced. Big swing and a miss for strike one, though, on the fastball. And he finds himself quickly down in the count, 0-1. Lancia at third, Nicholas at second, Granucci at first. And the third baseman, Jonah Dawson, looking to end things here in the bottom of the 8th. Ledbetter trying to force the 9th inning, the 0-1. Fastball stays outside, good eye. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. All 3-pointer runs were scored in the top of the first. The Falcons were able to rope together a couple of hits in the first, the 4th, and the 5th to tie things up. The 1-1, a sweeping fastball, but just misses for ball 2. You can hear the slap into the glove of Garcia, but that pitch just eluding the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike now. I have called a walk-off walk before, so this wouldn't be the first time, but it's so rare, and you know that Ledbetter would prefer not to let that happen as he deals a 2-1 inside strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Dawson trying to end this thing. Ledbetter trying to record out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Comes set from the belt. Roxon fires the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, hopper to second. Gorson fires it home, and they get the force out. An efficient out on the 6-2 putout. 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. And the runners are safe elsewhere. Over at third is Nicholas. Granucci moves to second, and Dawson is on the 6-2 fielder's choice at first. Lancia is thrown out trying to, well, he has to go home on that single attempt. And that'll bring up Scott Turbeville now in the 6th spot. Bases juiced up here in the top, or the bottom of the 8th inning, rather. Turbeville on the day, 1 for 3 with a run scored. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Steven Lancia reached on an error to begin the 8th inning. Carter Foss was intentionally walked. Rocker Granucci singled. And Jonah Dawson reached on a fielder's choice. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-0 count, bases loaded. The 1-0 pitch from Ledbetter is fouled back off the screen to even the count here to Turbeville. 1's across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. And for the Pointers, I think that the stat that stands out is the 10 left on base in the game. The 2 errors obviously make the difference, but those 10 runners, including 6 left in scoring position, could really be the difference. The 1-1 bunt is down, goes off the top of the bat and out of play for strike 2. A suicide squeeze. All the runners left their positions on the bunt. And the Falcons trying a little trickery here to win the game. To me, the suicide squeeze feels like the Philly special. You don't want the other team to pull it out, but when they do and it works to perfection, you can't doubt them. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Ledbetter. 1 away, bases loaded. He fires it in. Fastball taken to shallow right field. The dive and the ball is down. Coming in and scoring is Nichols, and the Falcons walk off here in 8. Scripps Ranch does it in 8. A walk-off base knock by Scott Turbeville. 3 walk-offs at Petco Park in high school baseball going back to last evening. 2 here today. And how about that? The Falcons go down 3-0 early in the ball game. They chip their way back. They force extra innings, and they ultimately walk away with the victory. Bremner gets the loss for the Pointers. Ledbetter gets the win. What a day here of baseball. 2 games down, 1 to go from Petco. Calexico and Central Union set to go in about 40 minutes. Head over to the other stream where we will begin in about 35 minutes. For everybody who made our broadcast possible, a special thanks to all of our sponsors. Of course, Mission Fed and State Farm. All of the wonderful people here at Petco Park. The Prep Insider team, the San Diego section office. My name is Jonathan Rifkin signing off. I'll be back live in 35 minutes. I hope you can join me as Calexico takes on Central Union. But once again, the final here in game number 2 of our day, the Scripps Ranch Falcons walk it off in 8 against the Point Loma Pointers. They win 4-3. Back for the final game of the day here from Petco in 40 minutes. You have been listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm.